Up? It's Ham Moses gang. All right, so this video, hold on, let me fix that up, man. So this is a story time, man, about the homie. I'm gonna change his name. I'm gonna try to. 9 times out of 10, I don't even want to put that in the universe, and I'm gonna accidentally say his name. But for this video, I'm gonna call the homie Hamster, right? And hopefully there are no Mexican gangbangers named Hamster, because I'm not talking about you. I'm not from LA. You know what I mean? At this time, I was in the north side of Chicago. Shout out to the north side of Chicago. But if your name is Hamster, I'm not talking about you. I just thought that would be a safe name to use. I haven't met any hamsters in passing. I always wanted a hamster when I was growing up. But yeah, let's get into it. So the homie stole my weed, left me for dead, and stole my weed again. So back in the day, I was about 19. I was 19. I moved from Atlanta to Chicago to be with someone who I perceived to be my girlfriend. She wasn't my girlfriend. She was everybody's girlfriend. And I was just so in love. Ooh, I moved when I was 18, about a week before my birthday. Perfect timing. My granddad just died. And my mom wanted me to go to the funeral. And not only did she want me to go to the funeral, she wanted to get me out her house. She wanted my black ass to move in with my grandma. So that's exactly what I did. Boom. So I was with my girl, got me a good little job at Sam's Club. You know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing. And if you know what I mean, and you're a long time viewer, you know what I mean by doing my thing on the side. I had me a little car, just got my license. I was just the man, right? So I found out that my girlfriend cheated on me a lot. Okay, so the, just disrespectful. She lived down the street from my cousin to the point where she even asked me to give her sneaky link, I think that's what y'all call it, a ride to the crib. And my cousin was like, "Nah, bro, you don't want to do it." I was like, "Why? This is my girlfriend. Maybe if I drive her cousin home, she'll want to be with me. We'll have time." No. The next day, I asked her, when your cousin went home, how come you didn't come through? And I already had my suspicions that she cheated on me, right? But when we had the crib to ourselves, my cousin's parents went on vacation. My cousin had went to some kind of army training, right? I broke up with her. She pretty much confirmed she cheated on me, and I was tripping, right? So I called the homie Hamster's girlfriend. I was like, "Hamster's girlfriend, my girl cheated on me. I need you to bring some big booty Latinas over. I want to do some D-Rods and get drunk." So I drive back up from the south side of Chicago to the north side of Chicago, and the homie Hamster was like, "Hey, dog, I heard what happened to you, dog. That's messed up, bro. Like, man, that's real. So we're gonna get you right, eh?" And I was like, "Thank you, Hamster." And then oh, I skipped a part. Now my cousin, his parents had a whole bunch of them things, a whole bunch of them. You know what I'm talking about. Um, his parents had a lot of those. So I was in the crib, just I drank like 2 3 beers. I popped a couple, and I got on the road. Don't do that. That's what I did. I was in pain. I was listening to Three Six Mafia and just went to the crib. And Hamster was like, "Okay, I'm glad you made it safe. You're all right now." And I was like, "No, I need to get a hug from a big booty Latina. Where are you? Where are you?" And he was like, "Chill out, dog." So I had me probably like an eighth, something like that, a little bit more, a little bit less. I wrote up the whole thing, right? But little did they know, I had a little bit more, right? Because I was doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm 19 years old. So I popped a couple more, and then I drank 6 more beers. Now, 4 beers in, I was like, "Ooh, these 4 beers kind of smacking me." I drank those 2 beers. This is probably like 10 o'clock in the morning, right? Drinking two, three beers in the morning, And then I drank six more. I'm popping my things, smoking. And at the end of the night, it was me, Hamster, and one of Hamster's homeboys, RIP. He's no longer with us. And I was like, hey, bro, I'm drinking. I was like, hey, how many beers did I drink, bro? He was like, shoot, I don't know. That probably maybe 4 or 5. And I was like, I don't feel like I drank 4 or 5 beers. And then I started thinking back. I was like, oh, I was popping them things. And I had 3 beers. As soon as I started doing the math, I was like, this is my 6th beer. Now, in the back seat of my car, I don't know if y'all know what Garrett's popcorn is, but I had this big tin can of Garrett's popcorn, empty popcorn, tin can, and I start, bro, I'm telling you, I was throwing up. Crazy. I never threw up like this before or after this day. Then he was like, don't worry, bro. Just hit the blunt. I was like, all right. Threw up the blunt. Just light it square. I was like, open the window, bro. Open the window. And then the last 3 times I threw up, I was like, hey, bro, my throw up's green. I need you to drive me to the hospital. And he was like, man, you'll be all right, bro. Just get it out your system. And I was like, no, do you know who Jimi Hendrix is? Jimi Hendrix ate some sleeping pills and he was drinking and he ended up dying in this. And he was like, bro, I don't have no license. Like, if they pull me over before we get to the hospital, I'm going to go to jail. And I was thinking like, oh, you mother. And I'm throwing up. And I was like, bro, call 911. I need to go I need medical attention. He was like, bro, just sleep it off, bro. You just need to sleep, dog. And I was like, oh, I'm about to, this is it. I'm only 19, but my mind is over. And I passed out. Woke up. And I was like, I'm alive? Yeah. All right. I'm alive. I know where I'm at. I'm in this apartment complex. So I started looking around. I got out the car, shook it off. Shook it off. And I was like, all right, keys in the ignition. And I had some weed in that side door. Cigarettes, weed in the side door, and I had weed in the middle console. And I was like, got in the car, started my car, and I was like, oh, this nigga Hamster stole my weed and left me for dead. I told him I needed medical assistance. This nigga said, I don't want to get pulled over because I don't have my license and go to jail. And I'm thinking, bro, you rather me expire in the back of this car, in the back of this 2000 white Chevy Cavalier, at the age of 19, the tender age of 19, because you don't want to do a couple of days in jail. That's lame. So anyway, fast forward a couple months later. Well, let me give you the mentality of this character Hamster. Hamster was a cokehead, right? He liked to drink a lot of Coca-Cola. One time, this dude Hamster called me. He was like, hey, bro, can you take me to my girl's house because I left some stuff over there and I need to talk to her real fast. And I was like, sure, no problem, bro. You're my homeboy. Just give me like $5. That's like not down the street. So let's do it. This man comes out with a backpack and a PlayStation 2. Mind you, this is like 2010, right? 2010. He came out with a backpack and a PlayStation 2. He put the money in my hand. All right, let's get it. Then 2-3 days later, Hamster's girlfriend called me. Hey, bro. Yeah, that's crazy. Tell me why somebody just broke in my house the other day and stole my PlayStation and all the games and I was like, this nigga Hamster just drove me to his girlfriend's house to go in his girlfriend's house and rob her. This nigga is grimy. Pawned it and then called me up for some of that good stuff A couple, like the day after, I was like, man, I just sent this nigga to rob his girl. And I liked his girl too. I still like her to this day. Shout out to you. I don't want to say her name though. But all right, this is where we go from here. So we were at this other dude's house, this white guy. He's no longer with us either. He died. It is what it is. But we were at his crib and he was like, "Hey, bro, um, can I get your No, he was like, "What did he do?" Cuz okay, I just read up, right? I just read up and I put all my stuff in the trunk. And he was like, "Hey, bro, can you unlock the car? Cause I left my phone in the car." And I'm drinking drinking at this time, not thinking too much of it. So I was like, "All right, boom." So he gets his phone, comes back to the backyard, right? We're all drinking and smoking in the backyard. So this dude calls his girl and pretends like he's getting in a fight. So he got up, he's like, "Hey, bro, I gotta go handle this real quick." So he gets up and goes to the back, but now my spider senses is tingling. I was like, I got work in the trunk. So he's holding his phone. That's how you know and you can't trust a nigga. You're right-handed and you're holding your phone with your right hand to your left ear. You can't trust that nigga. Don't ever trust a nigga who holds his right phone to his left ear like that. That's weird. That means you can't trust that person at all. So I gave it like 2 minutes and I went out and I was like, "Hey, bro, what you doing?" No. I went to the back. I'm like, "Hey, what you got going on, bro?" Close the trunk. And I'm thinking like, "Bro, I never did you dirty." Talking about some, "Yeah, when I first met you, dog, I didn't even like you like that. And I'm not gonna lie to you because I feel bad about it. But when I first met you, bro, I stole one of your pipes, bro." And I was like, "What? You stole what is wrong with you?" But then I found out like, "Hey, this guy is cool. You know how I knew you were cool? Because you're one of the only homies that never tried to smash my girl and dog." And I was thinking, I mean, I should have been cool to you just because I wasn't thirsty, and I actually did try to smash your girl. She just didn't tell you. But at the end of the day, that's the story about Hamster, man. Whatever happened to Hamster? Look, I'm gonna tell you this part. Coca-Cola is one hell of a drink. Don't ever, ever, ever drink Coca-Cola. Don't ever, ever, ever drink Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? Don't do that. That's not good for your brain. It makes you do crazy things. Whatever happened to Hamster, Aaron Moses? Well, when you put bad things in the universe, bad things come back to you. Now, Hamster, I'm sure he was a creative person. I'm sure he was kind of intelligent, to some extent. But at the end of the day, this dude got fired from McDonald's because he was stealing $20 out the cash register since the first day he started. How did I know? Because he told me because he was coming through and putting that money in my pocket every day. And I'm like, "Bro, they paid you already?" "Nah, dog. I just be taking like $20, $30 off the register every day, dog." And I was like, "You're stupid, bro. What's wrong with you?" So anyway, I tried to get a job. He got another job right after that. I'm not gonna lie to you. He got another job after that. He got a job at the car wash. I tried to get a job at the car wash 2 days after, 3 days after he got that job. Whose name did I put on that application? My friend Hamster. And so when they called me for the interview, I went to the interview, dressed to impress, looking all nice, well spoken. Got a car. I live right down the street. I'll never be late. Right? So this dude who interviewed me, he was like, "Yeah, you should hear back from us in about 2 or 3 days. You should be able to start next Monday if that's okay with you." And I was like, "Sure, I'll be able to start next Monday." And he said, "Well, I'm glad you put in your application when you did because we had this guy. I think his name was Hamster, something like that. Yeah, we caught him smoking up there on that hill in the cemetery, smoking weed, man." And I was just like, "Wow, you're really gonna smoke weed on the third day?" "Oh yeah, we had to let him go." "I'm glad you don't know anybody like that, do you?" And I was thinking, "Mother, I got the job They're gonna give me cash tips every day, and I can't get the job because I put your stupid ass name on the application. Damn. But what happened to Hamster? Hamster ended up drinking a lot of Coca-Cola, and he ended up kicking in the door of his BM. He ended up R-wording her, you know, and he ended up going to prison for a long time. For more than a day is a long time to be in prison. I believe he's on his way out or out now. But nobody wants to be a hamster, which is why I could imagine that nobody's gang name would be Hamster. So yeah, that's it. That's my story on the time my homeboy stole my weed, left me for D3ad, and tried to steal my weed again. That's what happened. That's a true story. And the only person whose name I did not mention is obviously Hamster. There's no Hamster. The Hamster is existing, but I didn't use his real name. But that's it, man. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the bang, you the bang. We the bang together, man. Life's in the breath. Breathe it in. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell button, notifications. You'll get them. Comment what you want to see me do reactions to next and what kind of stories you want to hear next. All right, peace, gang.